So, we're actually able to coach Tarkov now. How's it going, dude? How you doing?
Good. Haven't played yet on the new season, but I played a lot of the test map, so I pretty much know what I need to do.
Okay.
Coaching.
All right. So, first of all, what league are you?
Diamond 2 last season.
Okay. All right. And do you have any friends with you, or do you want to get, or how would you like to do it? You want to go over replays? Do you want to bring people from the stream, bring your friends, and play actual games live? What would you like to do?
Probably either play live or bring someone from the stream. I don't really have any friends that are as good as I am.
Okay, I can bring people in around your skill level. So what have you been doing lately in terms of your builds for the coaching? Or I mean, for the new map, the test map. What kind of stuff do you do?
I've been trying to play Roach, Hydra, Viper versus Mech, and just getting dumpstered. That's like my main thing.
Okay.
I feel like.
Do you want to focus on Terran today, like Zerg versus Terran?
Yes.
Okay, so I do think Roach Hydra Viper is really good right now, but the biggest thing about making Roach Hydra Viper work is how well you open up with economy early on in the game. You need to like just have you want 3 base saturation as fast as possible for Roach Hydra to really be effective, because otherwise you just won't have enough of it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm taking too long with that, and Terran's making their big push with like 150 supply or something, and I'm not maxed yet.
Yeah, that's usually how it'll go. If you whatever it's called, if you would not opening up macro wise correctly. So here's what I'm thinking. If you have any replays right now, we could go into one we could just go over one, and I could like critique your build, and then after that, I could show you a build that could suit you well, and then that'll give us a little bit more time to get a little bit more people in the stream, and I can try and grab someone from the stream for you to play after.
All right, let me grab one from recent test map ZvT.
Okay. And yeah, if there's any mid-tier diamond players that are in the stream right now, or anyone who can play like Terran at that level, let me know, and I'll try to set up the game if you want to play. If no one ends up playing, I can just look at the replay and kind of like, I know it wouldn't be super fair in terms of skill level, but I could just play you with my Terran as well, and just give you like critique on like what would all be going on, all that stuff. That'll be like last resort. If we can't get anyone else that's at that skill level, I can just play you myself.
Alright, that sounds good. I'm loading a replay of a game I'm pretty sure was a ZvT I lost.
Okay.
First mech on the test map on Galactic Process.
Alright, I'm gonna get... shit.
I should have renamed my replays because I was thinking about this in advance, so I would know.
It's all good. As soon as you get it, do you know how to join the group channel, the Vibrator group channel? If not, I can show you. Just so you can invite me to the game and stuff, and I can watch with you.
That was the wrong game. One minute game versus Mac.
No worries, take your time.
Alright. Yeah. Trying to find this. I definitely lost one recently on Galactic that I'm trying to find.
Yeah, it's all good. So the new maps will change stuff a little bit. Not a ton, but it just depends on how the map layout is. But I could talk more about that later. But yeah, the big thing is I definitely want to see how you open. I want to see your build order and how you go about getting into Roach Hydra.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, I haven't played any of these maps. Like, I didn't play much HOTS, so I'm not familiar with those maps at all.
Yeah, it's all good. They're all pretty standard. None of the maps that are going to be in the map pool now are too crazy.
No Dasan Station.
Yeah. There's no maps that are like super close aggro. They're all pretty standard. I'd say, like, for instance, like Vondy Research Station is one of the new maps, and it feels a lot like fucking, I can't remember the name now. It's Apotheosis. It's like really close to that.
They're both really long maps, right?
Yeah, they're really thin, long maps. Like the width wise, they're thin, but like lengthwise, they're pretty long.
Okay, cool. I think I found the game. I found like a 19-minute.
Okay. So do you know how to get in the Viber group chat?
No, yeah, that's the other thing you need to.
Alright, so look at the stream really quick and I'll show you. Just go to the, or you can do it just by listening to me. Just open up the groups tab, it's in bottom right on the menu. Once you open it up, there's going to be a find button on the bottom of it. Just hit find, and then this window will pop up where it's like you can just search shit. In the top right, type in Vibe, and then hit enter. And then you'll see Vibes Raiders. You just double click it. And then there'll be a new window that pops up that has join chat on the bottom. You just join it. And then you'll be in the chat and you can see everything in here. And you can see me typing. I'll keep typing every like 5 seconds. And then you just to invite me.
Vibes Raiders, you said?
Yep. I still have the window up, so you can still see for reference what the exact name of the channel is.
I should be in now.
Okay. Do you see me typing?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Just invite me to the game.
To the replay?
Yeah. Did you do watch with others when you loaded the replay?
It says replays created in previous versions of StarCraft cannot be watched with others.
Oh, really? Fuck.
Yeah,
that sucks. It's like day 1 of the patch, so you're not gonna have any replays now.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to play. Or something.
Okay, yeah, we can just play. Yeah, that's all good.
That's fucked.
All right.
I'd have to just play as ZvT like 4 hours ago or something.
Yeah, no, that's all good. What's your name on Battle.net? Are you Leather Chaps?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Here, I'll just get a quick game in because I don't see anyone yet in the stream chat. So I'll play one with you really fast, and then we can talk about it. And I want to just see I really just want to see your build. That's a big deal. It's a big thing about.
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah.
I feel like my eco gets delayed a lot just by that first rebirth. Like the eco speed I need to have gets delayed on the first rebirth.
Yeah. Makes sense. I'll definitely use some ideas here, all that good stuff. All right, so we don't have to. You can talk if you want to, totally fine. But just try to do the build as best you can. Try not to distract yourself too much, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right. Yeah. All right. So I closed the stream, so I can't stream cheat you. But will you be able to see me? Or
I can't see. I'm gonna. I don't have my stream open either. Or even if I did, I couldn't see you. It would just be like my fog of war kind of thing. But I'm just gonna focus on playing the game too, and as soon as we're done, we can just then watch the replay and talk about your build.
All right. Cool. I can hear you slapping the keyboard.
You want me to beat it? I know it's gonna be really like it turns on a lot on Discord.
I have a mechanical keyboard and I spam like crazy too. So I'm muted by my own spam. I can hear your voice fine over it, which is good.
That's good.
Yeah. So my usual build in this matchup is hatch gas pool, like try and do really standard.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not economic enough to wait to take third hatch until after Queens and Bling Speed.
So there's like 2 ways you can open against it. One way is with Ling Speed and one way is skipping Ling Speed. But I'm gonna tell you the Ling Speed opener because skipping link speed is really risky when you go against bio, and I feel like you'll still probably play bio every once in a while. It's not just going to be 100% mech. But
yeah, that's what I figured. Like, I'm probably going to be not make anything after the initial couple lanes, but no link speed feels just wrong.
yeah. And a lot of people think that as well. They're like, they feel uncomfortable when they skip link speed.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like playing Zerg. So this is Daybreak? Is
Yep.
the map?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's rocks in the very middle of the map too, so until those are broken, you gotta run around either the top or the bottom pathways.
Does
So-
that affect Reapers? Or
Yeah,
just...
it'll make Reaper... On this map, Reaper will hit your base a little bit slower.
Okay, that's good. Looks like this map, the third, is really open to lane run-bys.
Yeah, a lot of turns will supply depot wall the third though. That's
Okay.
how they used to play it on this map a lot.
Yeah. Shit. Okay, there's... I ran the frickin'... Yeah, this is my usual problem. Now I usually lose 1 or 2 Zerg lanes. Super delayed third.
Yeah.
What is the normal third to take on this map? Where your Reaper is, or...
You want to take the one in the back. The one in the front's really exposed.
Okay. That's... what? So at this point, I would usually get Overlord speed, just to confirm that it's Mac. But I feel like is there a more efficient way to do that?
I would say don't get overload speed because it's a lot. That's a huge. That's one reason why you're falling behind, in my opinion, in terms of resource spending. You might be better off. Sorry. Instead, just making multiple overlords. Your first like 2 or 3 overlords, scouting the turn in space rather than just one. So like,
Yeah.
you can have them on like both sides of the base basically, or all around the base.
I put my first one. You can probably see it outside your natural, but that's not... I can't confirm that it's mech until I see a bunch of Hellions with that one.
Yeah.
By which point, if I don't already have roaches, I'm basically fucked.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes, to be honest. Hellions are pretty damn strong against pure Ling. They can be.
Like, my Roach Warren is not done yet, so I just lose now because I screwed that up.
Yeah, the only way you'd be able to deal with this right now with what's happening is if you had a bunch of Lings to like just surround the Hellions in range of your queens and you just like overpowered them. But then we...
Not even
Huh?
here. Not even Roachers can pick them up here. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like that would have been game-ending damage, 100%.
Yeah.
And what the Lynx just did is what I needed to happen.
Yep.
Before.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. If you want to open up Ling speed, that's what you have to do. You have to make Lings early enough to where you're not gonna die, basically. And I'll give you some tips on how to like make it easier for you to understand when to make Lings. That was a good deny.
Yeah, that's like my only chance there is to just... At this point in the game, I've lost if I don't deny your third for literally the entire game.
Yeah, pretty much.
But your Hellions are there, so and the Zerg... So I can get... On this map, you can get into the natural if the Hellions are at the third, it looks like.
It depends on if the turn walls the natural. Like, I've already walled the natural at this point with supply depots.
Oh, I expected you to wall the ramp, not at
A lot of times, Terrans won't do that because it's so exposed then. Like, you have so much surface area around your base, and if you do something like with mutas, for instance, it's just more room I have to cover. Or if you just do something really aggressive early, it can get kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Because walling the ramp too, it's going to take, honestly, just as many supply depots as well. Because if you kill the rocks, it's going to widen the ramp to be just as wide as the natural for walling purposes. So I'll have to make just as many supply depots either way. And if I also wall the ramp, it makes my building just like exposed to like Ravagers as well, being nuked or some shit. So a lot of turns will probably end up walling the area where I did.
So there's the infamous Hellbat bush of I just die. Do you think Hellion Cyclone's gonna be more common than like Tank Mac?
For opener, yeah. This opening wise is more efficient than Siege Tank because you can't actually there's really bad mobility for Siege Tanks. You can't lift them up in Siege mode anymore, so a lot of Terrans will probably use them defensively now more than anything. So I feel like you will be seeing most Terrans doing Hellion Cyclone openers into something else.
Okay. That's, yeah. I've sort of been hoping people just opened, like, defensive Siege Tank.
It could happen, but yeah, most players will probably do Hellion Cyclone.
So Cyclones just destroy roaches now.
If you fight them off creep, yes, they do. And also if you fight them in small numbers, you have to overwhelm them. This is what it all comes down to, like the build order and the economy. And the reason why this is happening like this is because your drones got roasted in the natural.
Yeah, I'm just so broke from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have quit way long ago in, like, multiplayer, but... So I'm floating an ass-load of minerals and no gas with trying to make approaches all night.
Yeah. How many gases do you have right now?
4 but
We had 6, but yeah. But the third died.
yeah, before you attacked the third, I was taking those gases.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I definitely. This is why I wanted to play this game because it gives me a much better idea on how your build looks, and we can talk a lot more about it now.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
before you did this attack, I was taking the gases at my third, and that probably needed to be way faster. Like my Hydroden still hasn't come down yet because I just used every single gas I had for roaches.
Hydras don't need to be rushed. Keep that in mind as well. Like you really don't need to worry about rushing them. They're more like a later type unit which complement your army. Once you're like, you should be making them when you're already like 150 supply or like 140. Like they come way later because if you rush them, it slows a lot of your shit down.
I've been trying to make them way earlier.
Yeah. You don't need them. The only time I would ever say you need them if you want to go Rush Hydra is if your opponent opens Banshee.
Because otherwise, Banshees just kill roaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, well now I have no minerals or gas.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
It's all good. This game, yeah, it's pretty done at this point because at this point I can just keep you contained until you die because I have a lot more money than you, and that's just kind of how mech works. If mech gets a lead over you in terms of economy, you're really fucked.
Yes. Right? You could have just tanks, like at my third,
Yeah.
like ish, and I just wouldn't be able to kill it.
The only way you can actually beat mech when you're behind an economy is if you have Broodlord and you have like a good spellcaster support to Broodlord, like Infestor, Queen, or something. Other than that, you're
kill my Broodlords.
yeah. Other than that, though, if you don't have that and you're going against mech, you're probably dead, just because it's too cost efficient of an army.
Yeah, my ability to execute seems to be significantly less than my awareness of like what units to have.
It's all good. You'll notice a difference if you switch up the build a little bit. You'll notice a difference in just overall like the way the game feels. You'll be like, oh wow, this is a lot easier to like.
I tried to wall the
I saw.
which that just didn't work. I need to like figure out exactly what walls to do to prevent that many Hellions just walking in my base.
Ideally, you don't want to have to make a wall at all, because you want to have correct scouting to be like, oh, okay, well, I know I need lings. Ideally, you want to have the lings ready to go if you get hit by something like that, or roaches, possibly. And I'll tell you the keys to like what to look for and how to deal with it. Yeah, anyways, we can go into the replay. I'll leave this game, and I'll load up the replay.
Yeah, that was my roach. Like, I got the Ling killed by the Hellion to confirm Max and one would do, but I should have already had the roach warren finished as opposed to starting it when the Ling killed me.
Yeah, I mean, with the there's one key thing that you would actually need a Roach Warren for, and that is if I was going for an armory really fast, you would definitely need a Roach Warren, or you need like a lot of queens and possibly a spine crawler, like
that 2-base Hellbat,
because it would be Hellbat exactly. But if I don't have an armory, you can't make Hellbats, and you actually don't need roaches to deal with just standard Hellions, especially if they're running into your creep for like a 6 Hellion timing or something like that.
The one you did, basically, I should have just trapped with on creep and let my queens kill it.
Yeah. So basically, these are the two ways you can really open against Terran in a safe way. Also, I think your gas is too early, in my opinion.
I took it the second I had the money after the hatch. Sure.
Yeah. I would say do something like this. I would say go for like 17 hatch, 17 pool, and like 18 gas after pool.
Gas, okay, yeah. Go hatch pool gas, or hatch gas. Gas second.
Because the reason why I would say that is because when you take a gas this fast, you actually undersaturate your main mineral line for probably another 30 seconds longer than otherwise if you didn't do that. So if
right now it's on 14.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't take the gas before the pool, you'll be fully saturated on the natural the whole time. Or sorry, on the main the whole time, and it gives you just more money, and it makes you have a faster third. And the only reason why you would need gas early is if you wanted to do some type of really, really fast speeding aggression on me, or if you like just assumed I was going to be Reaper all-inning you and you wanted to have speed as quick as possible. That's like the only two times you would ever really want speed that fast. And if neither of those really matter, you just don't need it then that fast.
Okay, yeah, I try not to assume Reaper all-in except on Frozen Temple because it was really powerful there, which is irrelevant.
Exactly, it's not even in the map pool anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to watch your gas now. Gas usage is really important. I want to see how you do it now from here.
Yeah, I don't pull off gas because I usually get Overlord speed.
Yeah.
But if I stop doing that, I would pull.
So, right now, you're, I'm going to pause it one more time. Right now, your money's fully spent. You're not supplied, like, your supply is overall fine. But the one thing that would be my concern here is you just have, you're still mining gas, you're getting, your queens, you would normally get Overlord speed next. But you have no resources beyond what you're currently mining. You have no buildup. If you actually took a gas a little bit later and just stopped mining gas once you got Zergling speed, you could actually be throwing down your third like right now.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
I don't.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't have the money. The way I play, I usually don't have the money for that until right around when the queens pop.
Yeah. So doing that would be nice. And one way you could really like you can replace what the Overlord speed gives you is once again send your first 2 at least 2. It always has to be 2, but possibly even 3 overlords. And you would want to do something like this. First overlord, you can see my pings, right? If I do that.
Yeah.
Okay. First overlord would head to like there first, because you want to see, is he expanding, and if he is, like, cool, good shit, and then you can wrap it around like how you are around the back of the base over there. Put it in that area. Your second overlord could be in this area right here, at the top part of his base, like just on the outside of the area. And your third overlord could be like right there, on top of that high ground next to the ramp. So you could like right over the vent or something. So you can see, is he going to move out? And if my overlord's not envisioned to be killed by breeds or some shit like that, like it'll die later when some type of air unit pops out, whether it be medevacs or Vikings, depending on if he's going bio or mech. But it won't die early game, so it's not going to be a problem early game, and it'll give you vision to see like, oh, he's moving out or he's not moving out. But then on top of that, always make 4 lings as soon as your queen spot. At least 4 lings, maybe 6. I would say anywhere between 4 and 6. Don't go over 6 though. Over 6 is a bit too much.
I already made 4. Like when the spawning pool popped, would I make more?
That's good. That's good. No, that's good. 4 lings is totally fine. The reason why you make this is for the exact reason of saying, okay, there's probably going to be a Reaper attacking me, and I don't want to take damage from it. Even if your lings die, that's way better than having a drone die, or having to pull off your mineral line and make buildings and canceling them. It's best case scenario if you just only lose a ling or 2 and that's it. So always make the lings for that, and as soon as the queens pop out, you no longer have to worry about the Reaper that much because your queens can now deny it. Then the ling's job, after you deny the Reaper from doing damage at the beginning and the queens pop out, the ling's job then becomes, if I haven't taken a third yet, try to take a third. And one way you can do that is you can actually run lings near the Reaper and make the Reaper chase your Zerglings away from the third. This is before they have speed. Make them just chase the lings away from the third. Because a lot of Reapers will chase the lings, and you can just ninja a third in behind that because he's now not there anymore.
Sacrifice the lings to take the third.
Exactly, yeah. This is if you haven't taken it yet. On some maps you'll be able to take it. Like this map is a bigger map, so you should probably be able to take it before the Reaper even gets there. With the whole thing we talked about a minute ago, with the later gas.
Yeah, I tried to push your Reaper out that ramp.
Yeah.
So I could take the other third.
Yeah.
But it was still like 20 seconds after it should have been.
No, it's all good. And then the ling's job, after you have a third down and your queens are up and all that, so your drones are totally protected, you should send your lings then, at least like 1 or 2. Send them across the map. And don't just like leave it in front of the base and just like never look at it again. Try to like poke around my base a little bit. So like your ling would be, I'm gonna pause it. I'll pause it for a second and then resume it. So the pings go away because they're just sitting there.
That's really annoying.
Yeah, the ping. There we go. Okay, good. I just want to have like 10 pings being like, wait, which one am I looking at? So your ling.
So right now you're building your factory.
Yeah.
And if I just ran a ling in, I would just be like, okay, definitely going to be Hellions because I would see the reactor about to go down on your barracks.
Right.
Factory.
Right now would be too early though. Right now, this is honestly when your overlord would be scouting it over anything else. Like your first overlord could honestly skirt in and see it, or your second even. Like you see how you have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The one that's outside your natural, I should put like there.
Yeah, you could do that. Like you could scout there first. The biggest thing you want to see though is the natural. If you can see the natural, then you know 100% that I'm not ulting you. Because if I'm on one base,
that's why I put it where it goes.
Yeah.
Do that just see the natural safely, not get supply blocked.
Yeah, but if you think about it like this too, your first overlord's fine where it is, but look at your second overlord. That overlord could totally be, if it was more north than south, it could be seeing the factory any second now as well. And scouting that, oh look, he's going for a reactor and on a barracks and a factory, and that probably means he's going to swap it over. And he's going to be going Hellions. So that's, the overlords, really early game like this, like sub 3 minutes, overlords is everything. But after 3 minutes, it becomes more like when you actually have speed, you'd probably put a ling like right there. Like just kind of between the area, like between the third and between the ramp area. Just to like have
route.
Yeah, but like you'd probably stop an overlord there anyways for vision, like we talked about, like on the high ground, because it's really nice to have some type of vision to see units coming towards you. But the main purpose of the ling being here is it's not just gonna sit there all the time. It would be a good idea for you to like run not even like attack SCVs, but let's just say you run to the south side of the natural. So you like squeeze in and you need to scout, okay, how much shit do you have here? What do you actually have protecting your SCVs? If I come to kill your Ling with Marines, or if I come to kill it with Hellions, that tells you a lot right there as well. It tells you what I'm making. And if you see Marines, you probably have a little bit more time. Like, you probably would be expecting a timing to attack you around 5 minutes. But if it's Hellions...
Two-base thing in every Terran.
Yeah, like the 2 Medivacs, Stim-Pack timing, that bullshit.
Yeah. All the fucking... every game.
Yeah. But if it's Hellions, though, you'd probably be expecting a timing a little bit faster. It would probably be more like 4 minutes instead of 5 minutes. So you would have to cut your drones a little bit faster and make Lings a little bit earlier. And now, with that being said, with like a little bit of, like, trying to get a little bit of information on scouting, and so you know that shit, one of the big things you can do for yourself, if you know it's going to be Hellions, is you have 2 choices. One is you just keep making a little bit of queens for a while. Like, you'd go up to like 6 queens off of your hatcheries, and you make some speedlings with it, or make a roach warren early.
Yeah.
And then you just rely on roaches instead, with lings as well.
Yeah, so I'm trying to chase your Reaper. Right now I have the minerals for the 3rd. Still have the minerals for the 3rd. Just all this time should have taken my 3rd.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea either. Always chain build. I would just say always chain build queens, at least up to 4 queens off. So like, I'll just do a second round of queens off your hatcheries after the first 2 pop out. This way it'll give you really good creep spread really early.
Before or after the 3rd? Because like, if I took the 3rd just now, I wouldn't have them.
I would say after the 3rd, with the way your gas was this game, it would have to be after the 3rd. But if you did the gas the way I was saying, you could actually afford both at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm floating a shit ton of gas now.
Like, that's why I think it's really bad, because it really slows down your overall mineral income, because it slows down your 3rd, it slows down your larva basically because it slows down the 3rd, it slows down your drone production because you're having to supplement resources somewhere else that doesn't matter as much. So yeah, just I would say the biggest thing I would say is this is a big tip here to remember. Just mine 100 gas for Zergling speed early game, because it'll make you feel safe, it'll make you feel protected from bullshit. And then drone up to about, like, right around, like, 44 supply, okay? That'll be your window. And 44 supply, you should be hitting that around, like, 3 minutes and 30 seconds or so. Or, like, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. At that time, around, like, 3:30 to 3:40 on the clock, throw down 2 more gases, and then resaturate your main gas. So you'll go up to 3 gases all at once. And also at the same time, throw down a roach warren.
Okay. Yeah. That's at like 3:30 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so instead I just threw the roach warren as I suicided the Ling in to confirm that it was Hellions.
Yeah.
But the build time alone, I just died.
No, exactly. This is what you should already have. If you knew that I was going to go for whatever it's called.
I have 24 lengths of production that I should have made.
Yeah. If those were out before, you would totally be fine right now. And then this is also why it's kind of nice also to make queens. Because I'm just going to say this as well, I'll pause it for a second. If you constantly kept making queens earlier, your creep right now would probably be a full tuber further out than what it is right now. So your 3rd would probably be connected to your natural in terms of creep, and you'd also probably have creep going down the ramp towards the Overlord that's down there. Just because you would have had more time to creep spread, and also you would have more DPS to kill the Hellions with. So when I came into your base, you would be easier for you to get us around because you're engaging Hellions on creep no matter where they are in this whole big area in front of your natural. So that it wouldn't be a problem to be like, oh shit, I need double wall in right now, fuck. Like, you wouldn't have to do any of that because you would be totally reliant on getting us around. Because
I got this lucky surround here. You happen to go up against the wall. Like, that could have done even more damage.
Yeah. But to be fair, like, if the Hellions ever do as much as they did, you're pretty fucked. Like, 19 drones have already died. And that's like, you've kind of lost the game at that point.
Seriously? Oh, fucking Christ. Yeah, that's definitely game over. Every time.
So, I want to, after this game, I do want to show you, like, a build. Just so you have something to, to reflect on and just look at in the future. If you're ever like, wait, what was the build again? You can just open up the replay that I'll make for you, and you can just look at it.
Yeah. So this is why that overload is at the third.
No, that's good. That's good, yeah.
I should have put one of like my fifth or sixth overlord over there. Not
Yeah.
the second one.
Yeah, no, it's never bad to have an overlord over there eventually, because having it there right now, let's say you also have a layer at some point, you could just shit creep there or do something else annoying. It's never bad to have an overlord there eventually.
Creep, and then at your fourth do the shit creep and burrow zergling thing that every Terran hates.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah, the biggest thing would be just the first couple overlords, though. Should have definitely scouted into the main, because right now your vision overall has blind. You're pure blind towards my main base.
Yeah,
So,
I can't see.
Yeah.
You're making cyclones off of however many reactors. You're adding in 2 more factories. I don't know that.
Well, knowing that I'm going mech is not a big deal now. It doesn't really matter what I make. You could still go Roach Hydra no matter what I make. So that's not too big of a deal. It would just be more about like knowing early to really confirm that I'm going back before it does damage to you.
So you killed one of the overlord at your third.
Yep.
And now I'm ruinously supply boxed. Another
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, saturating your bases as well as fast as like the big thing is obviously you're kind of screwed since you lost so many drones. But the big thing you want to be doing is you can get by with about 5 roaches. And you only right now have 5 roaches, which I really like. But you making 5 roaches and then going straight into full saturation 3 base and then going back to the roaches is a really good way to do it. But it's going to look really bad right now just because you've already lost drones before, so it slowed everything down.
If I hadn't lost those 5 drones before, I would have gotten like I could have had the third already saturated easily. Right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of trying to kill your whole army with 5 raptors, which I only made because I was floating like 8,000 gas or something that
For
I
sure.
wouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know, this game's kind of like over at this point. It doesn't really matter what happens now. The build's already kind of set in stone in terms of what's going to happen in this game.
You have a huge supply lead.
Yeah.
In workers too.
Exactly.
Actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, even if you're tied, it's terrible for Zerg, because look at the well, just in Terran in general, because look at the income tab right now. I'm mining just like 1,000 more resources than you because of mules.
Fucking mules.
Yeah, man, you never want to be like tied with Terran. It's ridiculous because that means you're losing.
Yeah, that's not as bad in ZvT, but it's that way as well.
Yeah, no, it is. You always want to be outnumbering your opponent as Zerg if it's a different race. It's just the way Zerg works.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we can jump out of this game really fast, and I'll show you a build, and then after this, I can try and get someone from the stream. And yeah, once again, guys, if anyone here is like a Diamond 2 Terran, I would love it if you guys could play a game, a Zerg vs Terran game, probably in like 10 minutes or so. All right, so I'm gonna create. Alright, just as soon as you do the replay, I'll create a game, and then I'll have you spectate, and then I'll do a build. I'm just gonna add AI, it doesn't really matter. I just want,
You're just gonna do a build, you're not gonna play.
I'm just gonna do a build, exactly. I'm gonna do a build that's like, it's not gonna be like super risky or anything, it's gonna be safe, and it's gonna have scouting involved. And I'm gonna show you scouting paths and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I usually try, like, in all matchups to just be disgustingly as greedy as possible.
Yeah, it's good.
Which,
that's a good way to play.
Yeah, it's why I died there, but because I wasn't ready for the Hellions.
Yeah.
I need to scout more if I want to be that greedy. I'm not Marine King Prime. Fucking defend command center first.
You somehow defend 6 aliens with like 2 Zerglings. Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah. I'm not dark. I can't.
No. Alright, so first Overlord again is going to be looking for the ramp and the natural. And then second
going to.
I have it going to like, you see like the white paint on the bottom of the ramp? That's pretty much where I'm telling it to go right now. Because
on the main ramp?
Yeah. Because if a Marine were to pop out, only one Marine, I could just easily run to the left or to the bottom where the cliff is, and I could get it away. If he goes reactor Marines, it wouldn't be out fast enough. The only way this Overlord would die, straight up, is if he hit a Marine for a while, and then 2 came out, and then he just appeared with 2. And even then, that would tell me, okay, he made 2 Marines, he's not rushing a factory with a reactor, he's making multiple Marines.
So you're going hatch, pool, gas.
Yep, I went 17 hatch, 17 pool, 18 gas.
Okay. So why this Overlord at your natural just waiting?
I do that a lot for proxies.
Okay.
Just in case there's like, you know, SCVs running around making a bunker or some shit like that. Or I do it against every race, like a 6 or a 12 pool. I also like proxy gateway bullshit or cannon rushes.
Yeah, but when that happens, it's so nice to win because you saw it.
Exactly, yeah. But the second Overlord immediately is going to the top of the map after I would move it out.
Yeah, I clicked on the Overlord, realized it will show me where it's going.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, it wasn't doing that before, or I didn't click directly on it.
That's all good. So now I'm gonna make, okay, we see a Marine, so I'm just gonna back up. I don't need to really go further up there anymore. An Overlord has bigger vision radius than a Marine does, so if you move it back right away, he won't actually know you're there.
Okay, so this is when your Reaper hit last game, and
Yep.
I started researching speed as soon as the spawning pool popped.
Yeah.
Deal with not getting speed like until after the Reaper. It's already been bothering you for a while. Just Queen zoning.
Yeah, Queens zone Reapers out really easily, especially if it's just 1.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're gonna make 4 Queens, and then as soon as we make the 4th Queen, we're gonna send a drone to the 3rd. So yeah, I would be dealing with the Reaper right now if he was here with the 4 Lings, and then now the whatever it's called, the drone's going to the 3rd.
Yeah, this is the problem against playing the AI. They don't Reaper.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And now that the it's all done, we're like kind of at the point where the 3rd's down, everything's down. We don't see a natural right now. I'm gonna leave the Overlord here, like in the high ground spot, so I can see if he starts mining the space at any point in time. This Overlord will be up here at the high ground, just trying to like skirt in the base and see what's going on. We can at least see his like gas timing. So mining gas for a while.
Yeah, that's on. They're on 300 gas, which you don't need that much gas early for a big Hellion push.
Yeah. And now around 330, 340, this is when we go triple gas and a Roach Warren.
Okay, I don't usually take that gas until basically it ends up that I'm oversaturated with natural because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it's all good. Because like right now, around this time, we still have almost full saturation on the natural after building all those buildings, and we just got another inject popping off as well. So now we're going to be good saturation even after saturating the gas.
Bunch. Do you do just continuous Queen production?
I'll leave till 4 for now with this build.
Okay.
And like right now, I could make just if I was unsure. He is going bio this game, so it's whatever. But I can just make like an extra like 6 eggs of lings, which would be 12 here. It's 12 lings, and then this would be like in time for the Hellions to attack me, or this would be like I would probably be getting attacked by Hellions right now, and I would be attacking me with the lings and the fucking queens. The extra queens will help a lot. And
I pretty much try and do continuous queens against ZvT because lings and roaches can't hit medevacs.
Yeah.
What?
And now I'm going to saturate the 3rd here. I'll go take like a ling at the Zolnaga Towers too.
Yeah, the last map pool, I don't think there was a single Zolnaga watchtower.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this one, I looked at the maps, there's going to be more. It's going to matter a lot more.
Yeah, well. So make a couple roaches here. This dude hasn't like attacked at all, and I'm playing a little. I would be playing a little risky here if I don't make any roaches at all. So I'll make a
GM player would have attacked now, and probably someone in time at the 5-minute mark would have attacked.
With here's one tip as well. If you ever see your opponent doing something like if it was a real game and it was doing something like this where you're just like, wait, what the fuck? Like this dude's still one base. I would honestly tell you to almost never don't stop making queens at all. Just keep making queens because queens.
It's probably like Cloak Banshee Hellion or something.
Well, it might be something like it might be something arrow related. It could be, but queens are just amazing at dealing with all ends because of transfuse. It buys like a lot of durability to your army.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so now we're fully saturated on every base as soon as this last drone spawn, and now we're just literally making rushes. And we're only doing attack as well. This is if you go.
Yeah, so you're going like +1 attack, no Kerberos.
Yeah, this is what I would recommend for you to do if you go against Bio. Throw down a second Evo chamber as soon as level 1 weapons finishes, and then start level 2 weapons and level 1 Carapace. So against Bio, you will eventually get 2 Carapace or 2 Evos and do double upgrades. But against go ahead.
I've been really good against Bio in the last patch with Ling Bane, but that I feel like it seems like more people are playing Mech.
They will in this patch, but Mech's been buffed quite a bit.
Yeah.
But so if you go against Bio, I would say double Evos, because Carapace is actually good against Bio. But if you go against Mech, do not get double Evos. Just stick to only weapon upgrades against Mech for rush upgrade. Alright, so now I'm around like 150 supply. This is when you'd want to be throwing down your Hydra Den.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. You have not made that yet. Still at 155 supply.
Yeah, it's this way I can like do a lot with my money. Otherwise, like if let's say he was gonna do a timing and I was like, oh shit, I'm about to be hit by whatever tanks and whatever. Let's just say hypothetically I needed Ravager. I could totally do that. Let's also say hypothetically if he's going mass Hellion Cyclone. A better thing to do than Hydras, honestly, is get a second Roach Warren, or if your upgrade finished early enough, you can still stay in one Roach Warren. But get Burrow Movement, yeah, it's fucking really good.
Those destroy Hellions.
Yeah, because if you up Burrow into the Cyclones, they can't kite you, and you're gonna just wreck.
Yeah.
Because the one trade-off now in Cyclones the one thing they lost was they can't attack while moving down. They used to be able to do that when they would lock on, but now they don't have to lock on.
It's just kite back. The Fenians always does that on stream.
Yeah.
I've died probably a few 3 or 4 times.
Alright, and now we're going to be hitting a 9-minute timing where our overall build opened up really safe. We're going to be maxed out with...
So, as soon as you got the Hydras, you produced a shitload of them, all your money.
Yep.
In the more late game, is it better to have more Hydras than Roaches?
Not always. It kind of depends on the composition that you're going up against. But having about like 30 Hydras in your army against Mech is not bad. Like somewhere around like 20 to 30. And right now I actually have 20.
You produced 20 in the last round.
Yeah. So now my Hydras are all getting over across the map. Our level 2 weapons is a little bit a ways away. I'm just gonna like pressure a little bit. But we're also already going Hive Tech. So the second my Hive finishes, I'll be able to start +3 weapons and also go into Viper if he's got siege tanks.
Yeah, Viper's so good against Siege Tank. And decent against Thor.
Yeah.
I saw you went for higher range before speed.
Yep,
I know
better.
it hasn't been up the patch to determine that.
I think it's better because if you're gonna either defensively or offensively do a timing, doing double hydrogen, because it's a little expensive, but if you really wanted to commit to it a lot, you could do it. But the reason why hydro range is better than speed is because as soon as you set up an attack, like if I'm, let's just say hypothetically I didn't kill the natural, okay? And my army's right, my roaches are here, and my hydras are like back down here. Because
hydras are smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
Way.
If this is where like how my army's kind of set up right now, and because I just moved across the map, I don't have to take the fight yet. I can just literally group up like this, let my army like group up together, and right outside his base, and then I can move in like this. You know, I'm already here now, so there's not much room for my roaches to outrun the hydras at this point. And now that I'm here like this, the hydras have a better concave, which means more of them can attack during the fight.
Yeah, because you're not gonna meet the Terran at this timing, like in mid-map or anything. that's gonna be.
And it's the same thing defensively too. If the Terran wants to attack me, I don't have to like send my roaches way out in front of the Hydras, like run them way over there. I can just, I'm on creep. I can easily defend wherever I want to go because I can see him coming. And my Hydras again have a better concave if they have that range upgrade. Range upgrade's always better.
Do you try to hit a timing against mech, like in games you played on the test map?
Yeah, I mean, if you go Roach Hydra, you should totally hit time. You should totally like max out and attack.
Okay, because I feel like I've been like deliberately waiting at like 180 supply so I can make a bunch of Vipers when I hit Hive and like consume and all that shit, just delaying.
Yeah.
When I could have made up like +2 Roach Hydra, no Viper attack.
So the biggest thing you would ever need Hydras for, or sorry, not Hydras, the biggest thing you need Vipers for is if your opponent has siege tanks and he has too many of them for you to want to engage that. Like if he has like 1 siege tank, you don't really need Viper. It's not that big of a deal. But if he has like 10 tanks,
if he's be doing 2 tank victories.
Yeah. If he has like 10 tanks, and you think to yourself, oh, if I make Viper, I can lock all those tanks down and easily win the fight, then yeah, you should totally make them. But generally speaking, if the biggest thing you can do against mech, this is how you beat mech overall. If you starve it out, you win. So even if you take a trade where, let's say, you have 200 supply, your opponent has 180 supply or 170 or some shit, because you're maxing out faster than him since you're Zerg. And let's say after that fight's over, you lose 100 supply in army, and he only loses like 40. So you might think to yourself, like, wow, he just fucking owned me in that fight. But if you still killed quite a bit, let's say you also killed the third and all your army died. Now you just remake the army again and do it again. And you do it again. And you do it again. And you just like overpower him because you have better economy than he does. Because if he's going to sit there defensively and allow you to do that, you can keep doing it and just keep taking the map the whole time. So as long as you don't like run out of gas and let your bases mine out and not have future bases set up, just make sure you keep expanding and keep saturating your bases properly.
I usually don't have a problem with that. The problem is usually like, 20 siege tanks, no amount of remaxes is gonna allow, like, be fast enough to kill that because I didn't force him to trade like 5 minutes earlier or 3 minutes earlier.
Yeah. Pretty much. It just, it's trading is good for when you're ahead in economy, especially against mech, because if you starve it out and you actually like reduce his mech count, like let's say he has 10 tanks and you kill 6 of them, but you lost your whole army, it's so hard for him to replace that because it takes time and a lot of money.
Wait.
Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to try and get you a diamond opponent here. So once again, guys, anyone in the stream who is of a Diamond 2 caliber or anywhere near that, if you guys want to, that's Terran, if you guys want to play, let me know in the chat so I know if anyone's actually going to do that, first of all.
How fast is your stream delay?
In Australia, I feel like it's longer. I would say it's probably like 25 seconds.
Okay, so, yeah.
When I was in America, it's about like 10 seconds. It's just like a built-in stream delay on Twitch. But yeah, in Australia, it feels longer.
Okay. Yeah, earlier when my mic was having an echo conversation with itself, it felt like it was a really long time.
Yeah.
That was fucking hysterical, but I'm sure it was annoying as shit.
No, it's all good. It was kind of funny. I thought it was kind of funny too. Alright. I got someone. Yo, Hurdler. Jump on and join the Vibrator group chat, and I'll invite you to a game. We can just do Daybreak again since the map we did a couple times already.
Okay.
He's masters.
So
or go ahead. What's up?
I was just gonna say you're just gonna spectate.
Yeah, I'll spectate.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Hurdler. I want someone like if I have someone who is actually Diamond 2, I want Diamond 2 over Masters. Will I be finishing the Nova co-op campaign today? I don't know. I'll probably play ladder for a while after this. Alright, there's Hurdler. Okay. You guys ready?
Saying that some Jensen person might be better than him at Mac.
What do you want to do? I don't really care either one who plays, but
the faster in the game, the better.
All right, we'll just do this one then. Yeah, I know my beard goes back fast.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to distract you. I'll let you play. If you have any questions though, as to like what was the timing of this or what should I do with this, just ask me. Feel free to ask, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
But I don't want to talk to you too much because I will distract the shit out of you while you're in the middle of the game.
Yeah, that definitely happened in the last game. I should have shut my face when I was playing against you. But
Yeah, no, it's very distracting. I know. That's why it's so hard to stream and play, dude.
yeah, you must be way better than like, top 10 GM when you're not talking because you're like 25 when you are.
Yeah. How was the wedding? It was good, man. It was a good time. I had a good time.
So we'll see if I have the link control with no speed, really delayed speed against Reaper.
Just one thing to keep in mind: don't chase the Reaper off creep.
Yeah, that just you die to hiding 100%.
All you're doing is wasting the Reaper's time. You're not actually trying to kill it. So if he runs off creep, don't chase him.
Okay, so I keep droning the entire time. I feel like I should just deliberately wait, not drone, cool, and then back to droning.
Yeah. Just make sure you hit the checkpoints. The checkpoints of 17, 17, 18 are ideal because that way, like making one extra drone maybe like 1 second faster is nice, but if it delays your hatchery at all or like your pool at all, it's also delaying your future larva by a little bit because you get later queens and all that shit like that. So yeah, it's the second you're on 17, 17, 18, just stop droning at that point and then make the building and then go back to droning right after.
Okay. This needed to have gone across the map already.
That's okay. That's actually a good timing to send it out. It's totally fine. I always like to leave my Overlord in front of my natural around roughly until my hatchery is about done, and then I'm like, okay, we're good.
Okay.
So be careful of your first Overlord. It's kind of in the open a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice that it had arrived at its destination yet.
It's all good.
So, Ling's pop.
I'm actually going to recommend something else for you on this map specifically because I feel like you're missing a lot of good possible scouting. Always scout the main area where his production would be on the ramp with your first Overlord, and then scout the natural with your second. Just because right now you would have seen his whole building in, and the Overlord had no chance of dying if you would have saw it.
Yeah, I only, like, where it stopped, I just nicked the supply depot and needed to go like 5 feet further forward, basically. So, yeah, I didn't pay close enough attention to the gas, and I'm now floating.
It's all good. And then send your Overlord in front of your natural to his like high ground area in front of his ramp. The one where you can like leave the Overlord. There you go, perfect. I saw it.
You can, okay.
Yeah, and I saw you where you clicked. It was good.
Okay.
And when you have free time, you can always skirt around the main with your main Overlord and just try and see if you can see something on the side.
Yeah, that's why I put that one at the corner where hopefully it would provide parts.
It's good.
This is what I mean about late retaking of gas.
It's okay. It's your first time doing the build, so you're bound to have a little bit of hiccups here and there. The other thing too is remember send a ling like now, maybe like 2 lings across the map right now. Just so you
Already
know.
going.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't even see those.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you mentioned that explicitly. Okay.
Okay, there you go. You just saw 6 Hellions. So now you would be like, okay, shit, that's a lot of Hellions. Maybe make some, well, actually, he's not really... You can see with your Overlord right now, he's not sending them out yet, so I would actually just say make roaches instead now. As soon as you're not blocked.
Yeah. By the time I'm on supply blocked, I'll just do the roaches. But, like, right now I would be dead if he moved across the map.
Yeah. Well, you could... This is when you'd have to wall in with Evos, and where you would do that is actually from the top of the ramp, where you... Like, the top of the main ramp, to the little like cliffside up next to your gas is the best way. You don't have to do it now though. You don't have to do it, but that's where you would do it if you needed to. And you only need like 5 roaches or so for the first part.
15.
You made 12. If you make this many roaches, it's more reliant on you now needing to do some type of an attack.
Yeah,
but he's actually.
I need to cancel his third with those roaches.
Well, he's attacking you now though, so you should.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the best thing you can do now is hopefully crush his army because you would over-invested into roaches just now.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him move across the map, like with one of the front. There it is. Yeah.
And yeah, this is why you would never want to make too many roaches early, because you never want to fight those units off creep, because roaches are just too fucking slow off creep. They'll never kill the cyclones. So you always want to fight on creep, because that's also I would never actually tell you to run across the map without speed and just try to attack his third or something, because your army is just gonna die. So just drone. It's okay. You just I would say accept the fact that you're going to be a little bit behind. It's not that bad though. But yeah. Just like take your fourth like you are, this is good. And you have 2 choices right now. One choice is you go for a shitload of roaches. You could even max out on roaches with Burrow Move and try it. Because you see his composition right now. It's Hellion Cyclone. And Burrow Move roaches are good against this composition. Or you can just go standard Roach Hydra. Roach Hydra is totally fine as well.
Yeah, I was probably going to go Roach Hydra.
That's fine.
My control not good enough.
Alright, so just start your roach speed on your roach one as soon as you can, and don't actually start making hydras till you're 150. And now that you're fully saturated,
so right now it just be roaches only.
Yeah.
With any money and supply.
Yeah, because if he does the timing right now, and it's like a shitload of Hellions, and you only have like 10 roaches, and he's got a lot of Hellions, if your front line of roaches dies really fast, and then the Hellions start roasting your hydras, you could actually lose that fight pretty quickly.
Yeah, hydras get destroyed by aliens.
Yeah, if they're getting sat on, they die really fast. So just keep making roaches until you're 150, and then switch to Hydra. And start range right now on your Hydrogen now that it's finished.
Oh, I gotta change that hotkey. The default is like not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use the core, so like
Oh yeah.
the hotkey is on the other side of the keyboard by default.
Yeah.
WASD land.
Alright, and now go into Hydras. And then I would say also, since he's being really defensive, you should always do this anyways. As soon as you're around 150 supply, throw down an infestation pit and get ready to go hive. But the more defensive he plays, the more likely he's going to probably be going for siege tanks.
Okay. So
You can test the waters. Yeah, well, you can test the waters right now that you have a good amount of supply. The closer you are to maxing, the more likely you want to do a timing. You definitely don't want to sit defensively yourself on 200 supply of Roach Hydra, because this army gets shittier and shittier the closer he gets to maxing out. Like, Mass Tank will beat Mass Roach Hydra.
He's moving out now, so
You could probably engage him. Or you could just, like, see where he is and maybe go around him. Like, this map, for instance, has a lot of pathways. You could go around the very, very south side and go around his army where it is, and try to hit his third, possibly.
Okay. I'm not usually super cross-map aggressive. I would be far more likely to defend.
Yeah, but if you think about it like this, though, every second that goes by when you're maxed out, you're falling further behind. But if
So
you
I should
wait,
definitely not back off from this
you should fight him. You should totally fight him right now. Not only is he unsieged, but you get your maxed out. And if you think about it like this, you're maxed out into a really bad tech army. Hydras are not bad, but roaches are fucking terrible in terms of straight up like cost efficiency. They only really win if you outnumber your opponent, and you actually just beat the army because you outnumbered him. But
so
if
I have a ton of supply now. Should I be more roaches?
you should make more roaches. You should reinforce your roach line that just died.
Okay, yeah.
And also, this is another tip here. Hydras. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, it's really nice.
It's just unfair for Terran. Let me just outrange planetaries with Hydra. That's like a big thing. People think
You can actually upgrade the planetary to not let that happen anymore, but a lot of Terrans will probably still complain
that's
about
going
it.
to be way later than Hydra's range, though.
If they go mech, they should have the range upgrade. Because they don't need to get like a stim pack, or not stim pack, like bio upgrades, like +1 weapons and shit like that.
Armories out the ass. Okay. If I had the supply, now would be time for
Yep, you should totally go. You broke his army earlier, and now you can do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. This is vibe coaching.
But yeah, just keep in mind, like Roach Hydra, it's not a bad composition if you hit timings with it. But if your opponent is not going, like the comparison to Roach Hydra would be if your opponent was going like Marine Medevac or something like that, just nothing else, just like only Marine Medevac. Or if it was Pernos, it would be like just Stalker Zealot or something like that. The reason why those units suck more and more as it goes on is because generally speaking, your opponent, especially if he's mech, is going to be getting higher tech units than you're getting. So
yeah, I'd be
what's
in
that?
that ZvT, I'd be getting Lurker, and then that would just destroy it. And
Yeah,
it's the
exactly.
same-
Yeah, like if you go up against higher tech units, you have a higher chance of losing if you let him max out against you. Because you're going for shit you can max it fast.
I got lucky in that fight that he was not sieged up. Like, the only unit that was sieged was the one Liberator that just died instantly.
Yeah.
That's, the further out my creep is, that's gonna help there. Like, I can surprise him while he's moving.
And that's definitely why I always recommend you get the 4 queens early as well, just to open your build, because it'll help at dealing with pressure, and it'll also make your creep spread faster. And creep spread's really important at just controlling the map. Well, good shit, man. It was good shit. You played well that game. You did it pretty well. I would say the only mistake you really made was over-making roaches at one point, because the whole point is you don't want to fight off creep anyways.
Yeah, I had that bad supply block, which meant I built up a bunch of larvae waiting for overlords, and then I just used all of it to make roaches. I should have only made, how many do you think? Like 5?
I would say if your opponent's being really aggressive and he's losing units over and over and over, 5 is totally fine. Like if he keeps running Hellions that die over and over, you can get away with 5. But if he's like a little bit more passive and he hasn't really attacked you yet, and you might be like, okay, he might have a bit more than what I think he might have, whatever. Like if it seems like he's gonna probably have a little bit of a larger army, maybe like 8, or maybe like 8 to 10, I would say. So the fact that he wasn't really too aggressive and he made 12 that's really not that big of a deal. But just think about it like this too: every roach you make earlier is 1 larva slower that you're gonna fully saturate your bases, and the ideal thing you want to do is saturate your 3 bases as fast as you can, and then start pumping roaches nonstop.
Yeah.
So the longer it takes you to get there, yeah.
The best way to win in Zerg would be to make my 4 Zerglings 3 base saturation, and then make like the first roach. But
yep, that'd be super risky. Yeah, if he attacks you at all with Hellions, you just lose.
yeah, no one's ever gonna let you get away with that.
Yeah, so 5 roaches if they're tradey and they like keep throwing units away. Maybe like 8 roaches if they're kind of more passive.
Okay.
Yeah. Because either way, you're gonna get saturation really quickly, and you'll be ready to fucking, deal with it. This is the last thing I want to recommend to you. This is one big tip that'll help you a lot at dealing with, especially players in Diamond League, in my opinion. As soon as you saturate 2 bases, okay, so you're probably gonna be around like 50 supply at this point, or maybe like 50 to 55. One of your overlords that's across the map, sacrifice it. Just fucking send it in his main, And what you're going to look for is a third command center.
Okay.
He might build it at his third, or he might build it in his main. If you do not see... What's up?
This guy built it at the third, but I feel like it's usually float, not up.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Terrans who go mech will actually build it at the third, because if they go Hylian Cyclone, they do have map control.
Okay.
So they don't give a shit if they build it at the third, because they don't expect it to get denied.
By 12 lanes.
Yeah. Because if the Hylian Cyclone's in the right spot at the right time, it'll always win against Ling Roach. When it's unupgraded Ling Roach, like really low tech.
No roach speed type.
Yeah, if you don't have roach speed, roaches get demolished by that when you're off creep.
Okay.
So the big thing that I'm telling you here is around 50 supply. When you're fully saturated on 2 bases, that's going to be enough time for the Terran to really have made up his mind as to what he wants to do. And if you scout him and you see okay, there's 5 factories right now and no third, or if you see okay, there's only 2 factories and a third. Obviously, 2 factories and a third means he's going to be just doing light pressure to you and being really macro heavy. If there's 5 factories, he might be doing a straight up all in. If that's what you see, don't saturate your third. Just get roach speed and try to overwhelm him with Queen Roach.
Like a ton of Hellions or something.
Yeah, he could even be going for a siege tank timing and trying to all in you. He could be going for 3 tanks, mass cyclones, and Hellions, and he just might slowly leapfrog the tanks forward and siege your hatcheries. And every time you engage, you're engaging into tank Hellion Cyclone. That shit does happen. And if you drone your third, you'll die to it.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll get the timing more over time. But yeah, that's just the biggest tip I can give you is always scout around 50 supply for yourself and just look at okay, is he fucking being macro or is he being all in? Other than that though, you played really well. With everything, you did it pretty well. And then if you can't break the Terran, if the Terran's if you keep attacking him and you're well, this guy's not dying, then you should definitely incorporate Viper. But never be afraid to engage Terran when you're maxed out the first time, because you definitely will be maxed out before him, and you want to hit that window where you can do as much damage as possible.
Yeah, I think the big decisive fight in the middle of the map came right after I got maxed out, which was fortunate.
And if you ever see tanks, if you have an Overseer for instance, or an Overlord in some good spot,
I usually would have made an Overseer.
Yeah,
totally that.
If you see him unsieged, do not be afraid to engage him, because if you engage him unsieged, if you're already connecting to his army with your attacks, by the time he's then sieged, you're gonna get so much more fucking worth out of your army, so much more damage out of your army, because the big thing that's scary about tanks is the fact that he can destroy your army before you get there. But if you've already closed the gap and now you're hitting him and now he's starting to shoot you, you'll fucking destroy his army. So if the bet that's the big thing in siege tanks is killing me, and then I can attack. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so just if you catch him unsieged, go.